Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading, and today we're going to look at Serum. So we've been observing Serum since it was listed, and it was listed not long ago. It was listed actually in August, and it directly was listed on Binance right after the ICO, which is something you don't really see that much lately, right? I mean, Binance is pretty closed up when it comes to listing. So the reason why we're looking at Serum is because this structure that we currently created is pretty bullish, right? And in this term, right, it's going to be a little bit different this time around, because we are also on a little bit of a pullback. So yes, I'm going to do a little bit of a higher time frame analysis, kind of show you multiple options that we now have on Serum. And one of them will have to be now predicting the price as well, because if this is going to continue, then we will have to paint something for bullish continuation. But the problem is I don't know how far will it actually go, right, to give you the correct area for it. So let's just start over here, right? So Serum right now, it pumped tremendously today, right? So right now it's pretty much has to hold this area for it to bullish continuate, right? So for me, in this logical part is that the first buy area would go down here, right? Possibility. Now I know we already tested this buy area. That is true, but Serum actually has pretty positive outcomes. It has one of the strongest FA teams that I have seen in a while, and definitely is one of the best, has been one of the best teams for exchanges. So yes, this has a lot of long-term potential as well, right? So this is why if it ever comes down here, this will be the first area that I will start grabbing with, right? The second area, it is not such an area that I want to see anymore, because this one would would not call for bullishness anymore as such, right? And is this one, right? So if I got filled on this area, then I would pretty much be hoping for a test to the top side, right, and where I would sell off, and then kindly wait for if there's gonna be a breakout to refill, or if there's just gonna be a moonshot, right? So yes, this area could potentially happen if Bitcoin does something like we already talked about in the many times, right? But this area is still possible due to the fact that how the chart looks like right now. So yes, this area I will slowly start buying into the project, and this time around, since we're doing it for the longer period this time, the stops are going to be wider, and not only that, we are going to be using less of the stop losses, right? Because obviously you have to readjust if you want to hold something for the cold storage, right? So yes, this would be the first buy area. The stop is going to be about 8%, which is not too bad, right? Really not too bad. And now for the matter that I just spoke, for the long-term speaking, right, we are going to hold, I'm going to say we are going to have the first profit target quite above the previous high, because we are playing this term, we are playing bullish continuation, and we really want it to happen, right? So yes, we're going to be placing profit targets a little bit higher than the top, right? So ideally speaking, I would place profit targets just about above the pump that's going to happen right now. So for now, because I don't know where this pump is going to end, I'm just going to place it on a little bit of a hindsight. Let's just say here, right, for the sake of argument. This is obviously has to be adjusted. Tomorrow we will probably see where this pump has led us and where it actually reversed, right? So for now, for the goodness sake, I will just put it here as a bit of a hindsight. This has to be readjusted later on. Now the third scenario, that is very first scenario, so I'm gonna go to second scenario, which is not so bullish scenario. It's going to be located down here. It's a wide area. I mean, it's not that wide area to buy, but it's a pretty medium looking area. The stop loss is going to be located down here. Wait, give me a sec. Yeah, right here. Again, about 8%. And the first profit target is going to be located right on this one, right? Right on this one. The high that we currently created with that structure. And of course, the next profit targets are then going to be higher, right? But for us now, I'm just going to leave it like this. And I'll actually, if it happens to get down here, I'll make another video about that, just to kind of update on the whole thing. Now the third scenario, and this one is going to be a new bullish scenario in case, it depends how this price reacts from this point right now that we have, like from this pump today. And this is if we get something like this, right, and we start reversing somewhere here. The new buy area is this going to be located between these two buy points that we just created, and this is going to be a new buy area. and in this case it's going to be above the previous top, and it's going to be around here, located just about here, around here, right? It is again a little bit of a hindsight because we don't know where the pump is gonna stop, and we don't know what kind of structure will then form, so then we can't really perfectly predict the buy area, but I'm kind of giving you a sense to what it's gonna look like, right? So then you guys can adjust a little bit as well after the thing happens, right? And then again, the stop loss is gonna be based off of this previous structure right about here. It's about 9% stop loss, and for this one I would be again aiming at the previous high of this pump created, because we don't have a crystal ball and we don't know if it's gonna continue it. So again, I will be aiming at the previous high, which is in this case going to be this. Again, we don't know where it's gonna be, right? We don't have a future, but again, if it's something like this, that would be pretty much the trade. And then for the next profit target, you aim somewhere high, but again, we can't predict that. And what we rather do is as the structure forms, right, we move the stop losses, and we just follow it until it starts turning around, right, as we usually go for it, right? And yes, of course guys, if you want to see more of this coin, we will be trading this coin pretty actively from now onwards, right, in the 4C channels on the Telegram, so you can join us there. We will also be updating our stop losses, everything, how we progress on this coin, all the things you need to know for you to have a successful trade, right? Also, if you want to see more of this video, punch that bell button, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notifications. And I guess thank you for watching, and we will be seeing each other on the next one.